Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I decided to do a soup today in the Hi, Libby. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few days. I decided to do a soup in the Vitamix, in the quick cooker. Even though it's hot outside, soup is good all year round. And being it's hot outside, Hi, Simone. Good to see you. I don't have to cook it on the stove. However, that being said, this is a stovetop recipe, but I've geared it for the Instapot. Because she did have an Instapot. It says that you put it in for 10 minutes, you put everything in your pot and set it for 10 minutes and naturally release it. So this will be done in the quick cooker instead of on the stove. But when I put it in my Facebook page, I will put it down for both, because a lot of people don't have the Instapot or the quick cooker, and if you want to do it on the stove, it's very quick on the stove. Hi to everybody coming in. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to you. You came in. I see Valerie and Arlene. Libby is in here. Welcome, everybody. And hi, and Sharon's in here too. Welcome to everybody coming in. I thank you so much for taking the time to come in here. And I'm going to ask for a share, but I'm not sure I'm going to share this out, because I might run into a problem if I share it out, because I changed my username, and I don't want the person knowing what my username is. So I think I'll just go ahead and ask for a share. That way, if I don't share it out, he won't follow me. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what I'm putting in here. As I was doing the prep work when Arlene was messaging me. So it's basically, this is basically what it looks like when it's in a pot, all done out. It called for 2 pounds of potatoes, 1.5 to 2 pounds of potatoes. Well, I start with the digital scale there at Walmart. Oh, that's okay, Arlene. I was already pretty much done when you texted me. I was just trying to finish up. Anyway, they have digital scales there at Walmart. So I decided, well, I'll start putting the potatoes in, and I'll start weighing them to see how many it's going to take. Well, I only took 4 because they're not real big, and it's not quite 2 pounds. It's 1.90. That's close enough, because it said 1.5 to 2 pounds. So I figured that would be sufficient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stuff in here. I'm going to put the potatoes in first. The liquid will come in, because you got to put everything in here and then cover it. According to the stovetop recipe, you've got to put everything in your pot and then put enough liquid in to cover it up. And they called for water, but I think what I'm going to use vegetable broth. So I'll put the potatoes in there, and I tried to cut them up as small as I could. And I'm going to use this bowl to eat out of, so I'll have to rinse it out. Let me go get that right now. I'll just sit up here and use that to eat out of. Now, I'm going to try to follow the directions I tell you. And like I said, my onion is down here, so I'll put the onion and carrots, the onion and the carrot and the celery in here. One carrot, half an onion, 1 celery, 1 carrot, and like I said, I got 4 potatoes that make 2 pounds. Okay, I got 1 bay leaf, and you need a crown of broccoli. What I did is hi sweetie, I bought 1 head of broccoli, and I tried to chop it up the best I could, so I'll put that in here. You want to cover everything up, so I'm going to, and then it calls for half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I'm going to put this in here before I put my liquid in. And then I'm going to put I'm going to put my liquid in, and then we'll see what we have. I've got some liquid left in the refrigerator. This milk goes in there too. Since I am naturally releasing it, I can go ahead and put the milk in. When you're doing oh, waiting to get his safety glasses. Oh, I hope he does get them, okay, and be a lot better. Since I do naturally release this, I can put the milk in immediately. When you do a quick release, you cannot do that, because milk will get all over. Because I did that once, not realizing I couldn't, and it splurted out all over the place. But if you put a natural release, it won't matter, because it's gonna release it on its own either. 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Everybody knows that I love nutritional yeast. So I'm going to put my tablespoon. I have my tablespoon sitting someplace. I don't know where I put it. I must have put it for it. Or else I'll just use one of my Pampered Chef ones. I had one sitting out that I was ready to use, and I must be hidden. Ah! I'll find it. I'll find it when I'm not looking for it. That's when I always find things, when I'm not looking for it. Okay, let me do it. I can use this. I can use this too. And then a half a cup of plant milk. Well, everybody knows I use almond milk. And the rest of it I'm going to put, and the rest I'm going to use as vegetable broth. I've got some already started. I better get out of the refrigerator what I have to use to cover this up, and then I'll try to use that. I don't think it's going to be enough. Okay. Got to cover this stuff up. Because I don't know how much it's going to take to cover it up. I would rather use this in water because I find it's got a richer taste. If you use water, it's drab, you know. So I would rather use this and have a better taste out of it. Now I just got this organic vegetable broth today. So, oh, just about. Pretty much, I think. I'm going to stir that around to make sure everything is pretty much coated. Oh yeah, that's pretty much covered right there. That's pretty much. I'm not going to put any more in it. There we go. Okay. So I didn't use all this after all. All right, then I'm going to put my lid on. And I cook it for 10 minutes. Put this custom time. And then go down to 10. Then hit the start button. Whoops, I better make sure this is not down. There we go. Okay, make sure that's down. Okay. Otherwise that won't come to pressure. There we go. Oh, you still can't see people's bubbles? Oh my goodness. Sweetie, I don't know what's going on. Wow, you're having all kinds of problems. Let me go ahead and put this milk away for one thing. I see you, Alex. Thank you for coming in. Oh, you see Alex? Well, I guess you meant to see Alex. See, everybody can see yours, but you can't see theirs. Isn't that funny? I don't know what's going on. I can see everybody's. I can see everybody down here. That I can see Libby's. I see Erlene's. And I see Alex's. I see yours. And it is odd. You can't see me, Alex. You can't? Am I invisible? It's a black screen. You have to go out and come back in, Alex. Can everybody else see me? Am I on a black screen to you? Can you all see me? Yeah, go out and come back in because I think you... Okay. It must have been you, Alex, because everybody said they could see me. Now, if they couldn't see me, they would have told me. Oh, good. Now you can see me. I thought from there I was invisible. Good, 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 good. All right. I knew if you went out and come back in, Alex, you'd see me. Sometimes Periscope acts up, I tell you. It's funny that way, isn't it? It's got a lot of glitches in it. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is messed up. Oh, Alex can't see me. It's a black screen. Oh, my goodness, Alex. I don't know what's going on. Everybody else's screen is clear. They can see me just fine. And he just has a black screen. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Valerie. Good to see you. Okay, those that can see me, put a 1 on the screen so I know that you can see me, because I can only start it over if you can't see me, although everything is in here, and I'd have to tell you what I put in here. 1, okay, everybody can see so far. Everybody can. 1, okay. All right, 1. I haven't seen Alex put anything up yet. Uh-oh, Alex! You like the black screen better. You little stinker. You are silly, Alex. So thank you. Everybody can see me. That's good. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I'm only doing this in the quick cooker because I didn't want to do it on the stove. Because it's going to be 92 here today, and you know it's just too hot to cook on the stove. And the thing of it is, this is a stovetop recipe, but I geared it for the quick cooker. I'm good. It's good that you do see me, Alex. I'm glad that you do see me. I'm glad. because I don't want to be behind a black screen all the time. And I figured that everybody else could see me because they were saying hi to me and everything. And I thought, must be with you or something. I don't know. First of all, while I've got the recipe right here, I'll tell you how much what I put in here. I put 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of potatoes. It ended up being 1.90 on the scale. That was 4 potatoes. Probably, I would say, small to medium. They weren't real big. Okay? If I'd have used huge russet potatoes, it probably would have been 1 potato or 2 potatoes. You can't use it that way, Alex, if it's still in the box. You got to get it out. And a half an onion diced, a stalk of celery. Well, they say a stick of celery, but I used a stalk of celery sliced, 1 carrot sliced, 1 bay leaf, 1 crown of broccoli chopped, salt and pepper to taste, which I forgot that, but I can always add that. A half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and a half a cup of plant milk. So that's basically all that's in here. Oh my goodness, really? Alexis and if you didn't watch her scope this morning from Chicago, she was telling somebody that I'm a pro. I use mine more than she does. I find it really convenient to use. I really do. Oh, and guess what? She was talking about the new products. Now, Erlene and I both got a message on. They have come out with a blending blender. Pampered Chef has. It's going to be quite expensive. I know that Alexis is going to get it because she's earned it. Oh, thank you. Oh, you use yours 4 times a week? Awesome. I don't know how much it's going to be, but it's not going to be that much, Alex. Yeah, I know. I saw that early, and I saw that, but I kind of ignored that. Yeah, Laura, she's the one that she told me. She says, well, I bet you the next thing they'll come out with is a blender. Because you know why? Vitamix has been around for a long time. Then you have all these other blenders like Ninja and Oster and all that. Well, you know that Instapot has their own Instapot. Well, they came out with a blender. Well, now Pampered Chefs decided they're going to come out with a cooking blender. And it's going to be it's going to cost more than the quick cooker. That's all I know for now. That's what Alexa said. It's more than the quick cooker, but as to how much more, I don't know. She said if you host a party during September, October, I believe you get it half off. So I know she's earned hers, and I'd like to see her demonstrate it because I want to see exactly what it does. I don't think it's going to compare to the Vitamix and everything. Probably the only thing that it will be better at than the Vitamix is doing the soup, because it will cook the soup, where the Vitamix does not cook it, it heats it. So therefore, if you do a soup in the Vitamix that takes potatoes, carrots, celery, and stuff like that, you have to cook it on the stove first and then put it in the Vitamix. Whereas with that, or the Ace blender from Instapot, you put everything in your blender raw and it cooks it while it's blending. That's the only difference that I can see. Other than that, it's going to do everything that the Vitamix does. It's going to make nut butter, it's going to make salsa, it's going to make different sauces. It's going to make your ice cream like the Vitamix does. So I don't really see anything different except maybe just the soup. That's about it. So, hi, good to see you. I don't know. I heard her say that early, and so you're. I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice if it'd be the blender? But I doubt it. It'll probably be something. You get to pick out maybe. One of the new because we don't know everything that's coming, but when she had said earlier that it'd be something electronic, I wondered, well, what would that be electronic? Well, now I know. It's the blender. But it's like Arlene said, they're kind of behind the times. Pampered Chef should have come out with a blender a long time ago. But it'd be kind of interesting to see how that blender works. Now, frankly, I saw her, when she said it to me, it was in the book, and I don't like the looks of it. But, that being said, when you see it in a catalog, that's not the same as seeing it in person or having it in your hands. So just because I say I don't like the looks of it in the book does not mean it's not pretty. It's just hard to tell from the book exactly what it looks like. Once you see somebody have it, like Alexis or anybody else have it, and they start using it, then you'll know it might be okay. But like I said, as far as it doing what the Vitamix does, it'll do everything the Vitamix does, except the Vitamix does not cook the soup. you have to cook the potatoes and stuff on the stove first before it heats the soup up. But yeah, you find it out too. You can do some raw. Now I do make a tomato soup in the Vitamix, but there again, there isn't much to a tomato anyway. But you know, potatoes are raw. Potatoes are hard when they're raw. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I like lost my train of thought. But anyway, I do use the Vitamix, but for the soup, you have to, as I was going to say, you have to cook the potatoes because the potatoes are raw. You know, they're harder, and I don't see how in 6 minutes that Vitamix is going to cook them, because actually the Vitamix is not there to cook. It's just using friction from the blades to heat your soup. So therefore, everything you put in the Vitamix has to be already cooked to some extent. But with this Ace blender that I have, or the Pampered Chef blender coming, you can put everything in raw, and it will cook it while it's blending. Oh, I got a bee in here. Oh my, a wasp. Yeah. Let me try to find that. It's a wasp, but I need to try to spray it. Yeah, that's what they say in the demonstrations. But if you watch them on their demonstrations, yeah, I know, sweetie, I know. It was on top of my microwave. Let me see if I can spray it. I've got some bug stop here. I'm going to see if I hold on real quick. I'll see if I can get it. If it's up there, I'll get it. If not, it flew away. But I put it up there anyway. I'm going to wash my hands now. Whoa. No, I'm not allergic, but I just don't want to get stung by them. I don't want to get stung by them. My daughter's gotten stung by a wasp when she was younger. She was up on the roof because my husband was putting a new roof on the house, and she decided to go up there and watch him. And she got up on the roof with him, and I don't know if she was antagonizing the wasp, or did she have a peanut butter jelly sandwich or something? And she was antagonizing the wasp, and all of a sudden the wasp stung her. And she screamed bloody murder. The first thing I thought of, oh no, she fell off the roof. So I goes running outside, and I says, what happened? She says, I got stung by a wasp. And I felt so sorry for her. She was really crying. Oh, she got stung by two of them. No wonder she was crying. Because, you know, when you use them, because I was inside working in the house, and when she started crying, I thought she fell off the roof. And as a mother, you're going to be very concerned. So she started crying. I went out there, and then she said she got stung by a wasp. Oh, my goodness. I felt so sorry for her. And I can't remember what I did for her or nothing, but oh, my goodness. Yeah, right by her belly button. I think she was antagonizing that wasp just a little too much. But anyway, let's get back to the blender. Vitamix will heat your soup up. But if you put anything, you know, like I said, potatoes and carrots, they're not going to cook because it's not a cooking blender. It is not a cooking blender. It's just a blender. Where the Instapot Ace blender, which I do have that one because I wanted to compare it with the Vitamix. The reason I did that is because there is a soup that I want to do in the Ace blender that you can't do in the Vitamix because it cooks and blends it. That's what I got that for. The Vitamix will not cook it. You've got to cook it on the stove first. And it doesn't take long to cook it on the stove, but it is an extra step. So if you can have a blender that blends it up for you, cooks it while it's blending, that saves you a step on the stove. However, the Ace blender, it takes about 20 minutes to cook and blend your soup. Now, I don't know what the Pampered Chef one is going to do. I have not had it. It's not come out yet. I've never seen it demonstrated, so I have no idea. Only time will tell how that's really going to work. It may be a blender comparable to the Vitamix in every way, but be better at the soup because it can blend it. So we'll see, you know, or cook it and blend it because it's a cooking blender. There's, you know, people are starting to come out with the cooking blenders now. I wish that Vitamix had that too. Do I have any more room? Well, no, not really. I don't have any more room. I'll tell you, I'll make room if I have to get me a rolling cart. However, my daughter, she says, Mom, you're not going to get that blender, are you? Arlene thought I was too. And I says, no, I don't think so. I like the Vitamix only too well. I thought to myself, well, if I want to make soup, I'll put it in here, or I'll put it in the Ace blender. Because I could cook it in here and I can cook it in the Ace blender. So what would I need that for? Because I already got the Instant Pot Ace blender and it already cooks and blends the soup. And I have the Vitamix, so I don't really need that one. But it would be interesting to see what it looks like. And if Alexis has earned it, so she's going to get it. And I want her to demonstrate it on her Periscope when she gets it. Because she's got that silly 10-year-old Ninja. Oh, of course, it does a good job of making ice cream and stuff. But I think if she has this other blender, it's going to be a lot better for her. It's going to do a better job. I really don't need a juicer. I don't, you can make juice in the Vitamix as well. You can make orange juice, but I really use it for smoothies more than anything. I make smoothies in it. I did make ice cream in it. Not yesterday, the day before yesterday, I made ice cream in the Vitamix. Just enough for one meal. There's a chocolate ice cream I made before. Carob, I use carob instead of chocolate. It does a real good job. But I normally I would put soup in here if it calls for it. Now there are some soups that I can make in the like I said in the Vitamix that don't call for potatoes and carrots. If it calls for potato, now there is a potato soup for the Vitamix that you do. Like I said, it does a real good job after the potatoes are cooked. It heats it up and it's real good. But if I'm going to make a potato soup, I'll either make it in here or make it in the Ace. So I don't have that extra step because I prefer not to have that extra step. Take all that extra time on cooking it on the stove if I don't have to, especially this time of year. The winter, well, that's different. It's not so bad then. But this time of year, I don't want that extra step. So that's why I'm using this. Like I said, this recipe I'm doing right now is actually a stovetop recipe. But she also said if you want to use an Instant Pot, you can put everything in there and set it for 10 minutes and then just naturally release it. And it'll be just as good as on the stove. Actually, it tastes better than on the stovetop. Probably cook as long on the stove, but it's hot today and I don't want to heat my house because you can use the stove and it can heat it up. So I figured this does not heat my house up. I might as well just go ahead and do this. Now this is going to take time to come to pressure. It's going to cook for 10 minutes and then I have to natural release. So I'll stand here and talk to you the whole time. I know you're going to get anxious to see it, and I'm going to be anxious to see it too because it will be my lunch because I haven't had my lunch yet. But I thought when I saw this broccoli potato, that's awesome because I've never known to put broccoli and potato together before. But it ought to taste really, really good. It really should. So what's everybody's weather doing as far as the temperature-wise? Are you hot? I'm sure that Erlene's probably hot. I know my daughter gets pretty hot. I don't know how Valerie is. I think she's pretty warm too. And Libby Lou, you guys are probably getting pretty warm. And Alexa said it was about 85 in Chicago. So that wasn't that too awful bad. I wish it wouldn't get that hot here, but can't do much about it. My contention is we've got August to come yet. And how hot's it going to be in August? Oh, my goodness. You're chilling on the East Coast? Oh, my. 110 in Scottsdale. Whoa! 87 in Nashville. At 84. 110 in Scottsdale, Arizona. Arizona is one place you don't want to be in the summertime. I have a cousin that lives in Tucson. She said it gets very, very hot in Tucson. She's lived in Tucson ever since she got married. Over 30-some years ago. She's lived there a long time. She's originally from Indiana. I don't blame you. I do not blame you one bit. Okay, sweetie. Okay, thank you for coming in and bye-bye. Because she's got to drive home, so be careful. I don't blame you one bit living in the air. Oh my goodness, 110 degrees. If you didn't have air conditioning, now all I have is a portable one, and I have a fan on me right now. It's comfy. It's cool. 87 now. Wow. I have the doors closed. I try to keep the doors and windows closed, the drapes closed. That keeps it a little bit better in here. Yeah, I know. You got that right, Valerie. 110 is really ridiculous. Woo! Oh, man. It's hot pretty much. Yeah, 9 months of the year. Here, we are only hot June, July, and August. We can get hot in September. We've been known to get 90 in September. But by the time the end of September comes, and then you have the month of October, then everything cools down, and by the time that the end of the month comes, you get November, then it starts going the other way. We get rain. So we are dry as a bone right now. But like I said, I think it was Sunday or Monday, I don't remember when I watered my grass last, and I thought I had shut it off when I went to Walmart. I didn't shut it off. I left it run all day. So before I went to bed, I realized I left the water on. So I turned it off. I thought, well, I don't need to water my grass for several days now. Oh, the thing of it is here, we don't get humidity here. We don't have the humidity here that a lot of places now. When I lived in Indiana, we had a lot of humidity. It was terrible. The humidity was really, really high. And I don't understand why the humidity would get high, but some places like that, you need a humidifier. Here, we don't need a humidifier. Thank goodness for that. We don't need a humidifier. That thing's starting to come all the way up to pressure. Not quite there yet, but almost. We don't need a humidifier here, and I'm glad of that, because I hate the fact there. Now it just came to pressure. As I heard hissing, now it's that pressure. So it'll be 10 minutes to cook, and then I got to naturally release it. I got to let this thing set to 10 first. But anyway, as I told you before, I don't do good in the heat. Getting 92 today, I'm not happy about that, but you know, it is what it is. I can't do anything about that. I have to deal with it. Well, that's a long story. That is a very long story. My ex-husband, well, my husband at the time, we got a divorce, and my son was here in Oregon, and I didn't know where else to go. So, and I lived in Vancouver, Washington at the time. So I decided. So my son says, "Mom, we'll rent a truck and we'll bring you up to live." So I lived with my son and daughter-in-law for about 2 weeks. And then we went around every day except Sabbath, of course, looking for apartments. Once I found an apartment, I was in there, and I was in there for about 11 months until I found this house. We kept looking we looked for houses all the way through. And it wasn't just before I was ready to move out of there, or just before, well, about 11 months was up. And I was going to stay a little longer. You know, I didn't have no 12-month lease or anything. It's, you know, it was month to month. But anyway, I was there 11 months, and then I found this house. And they took me around to look at houses, and this was pretty comparable to what I was looking for. So I purchased it. So I've been in this house ever since. It's mainly here because my family's here. I got my son and my daughter-in-law. My grandkids are here. I've got a daughter. She lives in Missouri. But Oregon is a beautiful place to live. I love Oregon. It's called God's country. You have Mount Hood, which is up by Portland. Natural release means that you don't do anything. You let it go down on its own. That's what natural release means. Quick release means you take the pressure down immediately. This has milk in it, so I do not want to do that. I want to leave it alone, because if I don't natural release it and I quick release it with that milk in there, milk is going to spew out the back, and I'm going to lose it, and it's going to go all over the place. So, but because I'm doing this in the quick cooker versus on the stove, it's going to be done differently. So I do it natural. That's basically what natural release means. It just does it on its own. What I have to wait and do is I have to wait for the red button to go down by itself, and when it goes down, then I can open the lid. Because right now, if the lid is locked, I cannot open it. That's for safety reasons, because it's come to pressure and I cannot open it. I wouldn't want to anyway, because it'll be ready to come to. It hasn't set the time yet, but it will be in a little bit. But that's basically what natural release means. It took me a little time to kind of figure it out too, because I was reading the book and everything, and I thought, well, there's a natural release and there's a quick release. What does that all mean? So I had to start reading up on it to find out for myself too. It's a little bit of a trial and error at first. I belong to a group on Facebook that have the people use the quick cooker. They do recipes, and I post my recipes on there. Of course, the admin has to accept them and everything, and she usually does. There was one recipe she didn't, because it was already made before, and I didn't do a search to find it there. If I'd have done a search, I'd have seen it there, so I didn't. So I'll go to do a search to make sure this soup isn't in there already, and then I'll try to post it, and then she will. I'll post it, but it doesn't go up there until she accepts it. Anyway, there are some people in there that really have not taken it out of the box yet. They got it for Christmas, haven't used it yet, or Mother's Day. They're afraid to use it. You know, I think it's intimidating to a lot of people. It should not be intimidating. This actually is a lot better too. Now it's at 10 right now, so it's going to start counting down. This is a lot better than the old pressure cookers they had on the stove. I had one of those, a Presto. Oh my goodness. That thing scared the bejeebies out of me because the vent popped out once and everything goes flying. And because it gets plugged real easy. I have not had any problem with this plugging up. The way this is made is so easy to wash it, and you can take the thing where I release the steam, not this part I push on, but where steam comes out the back. That can be taken off and washed in your water, which I do, and then I clean inside of it. And that's awesome. If I feel there's any problem in there, I could take it off and clean it and then put it back. So it makes it nice when you can take parts off, and you can take the vent out, which I've done already. I've taken the vent out, taken it back, and cleaned it too. So I have no problem. Clean out the holes and everything because things can get stuck in there. Best like to use maybe a toothpick or something small to get in there and clean it out. You know, whatever. So that's exactly what natural release means. I hope I explained it because it's just simple. Once this goes off, it's on 9 right now. It gets 9 minutes. I'll do nothing. This whole thing will be left alone. I won't touch it. All these things will come together when it's naturally releasing. All your flavors will come together. You want your nutritional yeast and your garlic powder and all that to meld in with the flavors of everything else and to make it a very good soup because you got onion in it. You've no garlic except the garlic powder. You have your nutritional yeast. You have a carrot. You have celery. You have your onion. You have your broccoli. Basically, you just have very few ingredients, but good ingredients. And I just bought me a crown of broccoli today. Just one is all I needed. And I had to chop it up real fine. So here I am earlier trying to get everything ready. It's a little bit of time to get everything ready. Oh my goodness. The doctor doesn't know any better. You know that they're going to tell you that because they don't know. But let me tell you that your holistic doctors, and there are holistic doctors out there, natural doctors, they'll encourage you to be on a vegan diet. But your other kind of doctors, forget it. Yeah, tell me about it. I threw that thing out a long time ago because I refused to use it. And when I heard that Pampered Chef was coming on an electric one, and I wanted one so bad, and I knew at first I thought, am I really going to use it? I wonder if I'm going to use it. But you know something? I have really shocked myself. I've used this thing a lot more than I thought I would. I bought it for $112 because I got it 60% off in January when I hosted a party. And I love it. It's my favorite tool. I've used it quite a bit. I don't use it every week, but maybe every other week if I find something to do in it. Well, I take that back. I did use it one day this week because I made some mac and cheese in it. And I did that off camera because I'd done it before on Periscope. So this is the second time this week I've used it. So sometimes I'll use it maybe 1 time, 2 times, 3. It just depends on what there is to make. But this makes everything so much faster. You don't heat your kitchen up. Right. You listen to your heart, not your stomach. But like I said, the holistic doctors, they will tell you to be on a good vegan diet, your natural doctors. But the doctors that aren't on natural diets, they're going to tell you, well, you're not being healthy by eating the way you're eating. You know, you need to put meat in your diet and stuff like that. But my goodness, you know, when you start reading about things on Facebook of meat being recalled, like your beef, pork, well, I don't consider that anyway. But when you start seeing things about beef being recalled, that makes you want to stop eating meat all the more. And when I was talking to my daughter today, she said, Mom, she says, with stuff like this, she says, makes me want to stop eating meat. She says, I'm cutting back on it, and I'm not eating as much as I was. She says, I want to do away with it completely. My son-in-law won't, but she wants to. So there. And the kids don't eat much meat either. The boys, they don't like much meat. So that's not hard for her to get off of it. Oh, don't worry about that because I do the same thing. Oh, yeah. I use my microwave for popcorn. Yeah. I've got a popcorn popper. I use it once in a while, but I like to make it in the microwave too. So don't worry about that. I use my microwave still. A lot of people don't. But it's up to the individual. You know, No one should be told, well, you shouldn't be using your microwave, because I still use it. Absolutely. And I told her I was so proud of her to do that, because she told me one day, she said, Mom, I really want to go vegan. And I was sitting down when she told me that, and I was shocked. I could not believe it, because she has never learned to go without meat. Because she's had meat her whole life. Because when she was growing up, we ate meat. Of course, we didn't eat pork, but we ate chicken, we ate beef, we ate, tuna and stuff like that. So we ate meat, so she's never learned to go without. Of course, my son-in-law, he's eaten meat his whole life. So for him to go without it too would be very difficult. I think if he tried hard enough, he could do it. But the problem of it is he doesn't want to let it go. That's a lot of people, they don't want to let it go. Now, Erlene's son is the same way. He doesn't want to let the meat go. We just have to pray for people like that. Hopefully, eventually they will let it go, because they'll be a lot healthier if they do. I mean, when you see meat being recalled for whatever it might be, whether it's botulism or whatever it might be, makes you stop and think, well, maybe I shouldn't be eating it at all. Yeah, you're right. They are afraid. They really are afraid. And I guess I can understand that, because they're used to eating the meat, and they don't know what to do without eating it. That's down to 4 minutes now. They don't know what to do without it, because they're so used to it. I mean, before I went on this plant-based diet, I ate meat a lot too. So I found it a little hard at first. But once I started doing it, then it became second nature. And now I can walk past the meat counter and never give it a glance. I do feel sorry for the animal that had to suffer, though. I really do. I cry about that. But I don't even think twice about buying meat. I make sure that I don't buy anything with cheese in it, or meat or anything, because it's real easy to go back to start to eat that way, and then you undo everything you've done. Yeah, that's right. The thing of it is, he's afraid that he has to have it to survive. But we don't need meat to survive. We do not need meat to survive. But I am not here to tell anybody to get off of meat, because that's not me. That's not the type of person I am. I'm doing it because it's good for me. But if people want to continue to eat meat, hi Regina, good to see you. Welcome, sis. If people want to continue to eat meat, that's totally up to them, because I'm not going to tell people they can't stop eating meat, because that's not what I do. That's not me. I don't eat it. I don't eat cheese, and I don't drink the milk. I don't eat fish. I make my own cheese, and I drink almond milk. I put that in my cereal. Like I said, it was so hard at first, because I was so used to going to that meat counter and picking up hamburger, and stuff. And to be without it, I don't miss it. I really don't. And I am really happy that my daughter said that she wants to go that route now. She doesn't want to eat meat. And I'm so happy about that, because she's seeing these recalls of this meat, and she says, I want to get away from eating meat as much as possible. I think maybe once my son-in-law sees her stop eating the meat, and the boys aren't eating the meat anymore, maybe he won't either. Hopefully not, but he's been eating meat his whole life, and that's the problem. I did too. I ate it my whole life. I ate pork when I was younger too, because I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. Of course, I wouldn't touch the stuff on a 10-foot pole now, But that's one thing my daughter, we never ate. When the kids were growing up, we never had pork. That was it. Once I got married, that was it. I became a Seventh-day Adventist. I gave it up. I still ate the other meat, though. The chicken and the turkey and the beef, and fish. But I didn't eat pork. So my daughter has never had that. Yeah, it is. I like nutritional yeast. A lot of people won't use it. A lot of Adventists won't use it. And I think it's up to each individual. Nutritional yeast does put a little bit more flavor into your foods. Now, I did put nutritional yeast in here because that's what it called for. I do use it, but I use it sparingly. I use it when the recipes call for it. Now, I'm going to let this go down naturally. It's already cooked, so I'm going to let it go down naturally. But I don't force people to give up nutritional yeast, or I don't force them to use nutritional yeast. I know Erlene still uses it. She loves it. It's simple. it's this. I buy mine at Amazon. I got some not too long ago at Amazon. I'll probably have to get some more again. I ran out of others, and then I used this. But it gives it that cheesy flavor, especially if you got, I could do a cheese sauce or something like that. Something that you want to give it. Now this, they wanted a cheesy flavor with this, so they put the nutritional yeast in there, because you think about broccoli and cheese soup. Well, you can have the cheesy flavor without having the cheese. So there's no cheese in here otherwise. I could have put cheddar cheese, if vegan cheddar cheese, but I didn't, because it didn't call for it. So I made this just the way it calls for, and it ought to be really good. I'm anxious to try it. It smells good, let me tell you. If you could only smell it, oh my. There, the smells are really good. I love smells that come out of my kitchen like this. The good smells out of my, whether I'm cooking on the stove, or I'm cooking in the pressure, or in the cooker, or whatever, what have you. I love the smells that come out. I really do. Hi, Vanita. Good to see you. I'm waiting for my pressure cooker to go down naturally on the, to release the pressure, because everything's cooked now. It cooked for 10 minutes, so I'm waiting for it to naturally release so I can take the lid off so you can see what this is about. But, well, you just came in, Vanita, so I will give you the recipe. It took 1.5 to 2 pounds of potatoes. So here I am at Walmart, grabbing potatoes, and I'm taking it to the digital scale, weighing them out. Because that makes it a lot easier. If you start weighing stuff out, then you know how many you need. It ended up being 4 potatoes. Not quite 2 pounds, but more than 1.5 pounds. It was 1.90. I wasn't about to put another potato in there because it'd be over, so I thought, well, that's good now. So I have 4 potatoes, cut them up real small. Of course, I washed them, peeled them, and cut them up small. A half an onion, diced. A stalk of celery, sliced, and a carrot, sliced. 1 bay leaf in here, which I'll have to remove. A crown of broccoli, which I got 1 crown and chopped that up kind of small. Salt and pepper to taste. I forgot the salt and pepper, but that's okay. I can put that in later. A half a teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and a 1/4 cup of plant milk, almond milk. That's what's in here. Simple. Very simple. Let's see if I can make this smaller to show you what it looks like. Okay, I can't make it any. I'm trying to make it smaller so I can show you what it looks like in the. Well, here you can see what it looks like. Like there, it's very colorful. Hi, good to see you, Linda. That's what it looks like when they're putting the nutritional yeast in there, but it's very, very colorful. This is very colorful when I put everything in there. This soup's going to be a good soup, Linda. It's got broccoli in it. It's got carrots in it. 1 carrot. It's got 1 stalk of celery in it. It's got nutritional yeast. It's got a half an onion in it. I forgot the salt. I forgot the salt. And it's got 4 potatoes. I measured them out, or weighed them out. Let's put it that way. I'm at Walmart, and I weighed them out, and it come up to 4 potatoes was almost 2 pounds. So I thought, well, that's close enough. So this ought to be a good soup. It's already done cooking. I'm just waiting for it to naturally release, and once it naturally releases, then I can take the lid off and I can show it to you. Oh, you're in Chicago traffic. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. I bet that Chicago traffic can be a nightmare. I know if Alexa's there, she's not in the traffic. She's at the convention center hotel. Oh, no, Linda. You're having the same problem my daughter had, but she had to go out. She had to go, she had to take my son-in-law to get his safety glasses, and she's driving home. So that's why she's not in here right now. She was in here, but once she gets home, if I'm still on, she'll come back in. But, Linda, have you heard the Pampered Chef is coming out with a blender? Those that just came in here are coming out with a blender. Okay, well, yeah, they're coming out with a blender. It's going to be more than the quick cooker. For those of you that might have the quick cooker, you know what you paid for it, about $285 or whatever. I didn't pay that much for it because I got it for my party. But she said it's more than the quick cooker. But it'll do everything the Vitamix can. The only thing that it will do that the Vitamix can't do is cook and blend your soup. It can't. Vitamix cannot cook soup. It can only blend it. Oh, that's right. You were in there. I was in there too, but she had sent me, after her broadcast, she had sent Erlene and I information about the blender because she knows that we're into blenders. But of course, Erlene told her she was upgrading her Vitamix. I am upgrading mine too. For those in here, I'm upgrading my Vitamix, and I'm giving mine to my daughter But I haven't got mine yet. I'm supposed to get it by Wednesday, and they haven't even shipped it yet. So I emailed them again to find out what's going on, because it's been in processing since I ordered it on Sunday. So, but anyway, my daughter would like to have a Vitamix. I know she can't afford it. I've paid. This is paid for, so I thought might just as well give it to her as a gift. She'll have a nice Vitamix that way, and she can have that in the Ace blender, because she can do things in the Vitamix that you can't do in the Ace. I don't know, Linda. I know she said it's more than a quick cooker. So you know what the quick cooker is. I think it's about $285 or something. So it's above that. $300-400? I don't know. Only time I'll tell, Alexis has earned it. So she said she'll be getting it. So it'll be interesting when she uses it, what it looks like. She showed me the picture in the catalog. Now, that being said, I will tell you this. When you see it in a catalog, you don't see it as plainly as you would on somebody's counter. So therefore, looking at it in the catalog, I did not like the way it looks. Now, if I see it on her counter, it might look a lot better than what I did in the catalog. Because pictures sometimes don't show you everything, because you can't see the picture very plainly. So once I see it in her counter, then I'll know it. Yeah, me too, because she's got that old Ninja, so she needs a better blender. What's different from the Vitamix from you're getting from Pampered Chef? Oh, I'm not getting the blender from Pampered Chef. The only difference that I can see, it'll do everything the Vitamix does, but the soup in the Pampered Chef blender will cook it, where in the Vitamix it does not. So if you want to make a potato soup in the Vitamix, you have to cook the potatoes first on the stove and then put them in the Vitamix, because it just heats it up. So that's the only difference there, because what is the Pampered Chef is a cooking blender. It blends and cooks. So that's the difference. So that is the only difference I can see. Other than that, it will do everything that the Vitamix does. Makes your nut butters, it would make salsa, it would make sauce, you name it, it'll do it. But you know, that's the minute thing on the soups anyway, because I have my quick cooker, and I can eliminate that by using my quick cooker for soups like that. If I want to make a potato soup, put it in here. If I want to make a tomato soup, put it in the Vitamix. No, it won't be, Erlene. Not with a heating element in it. It's going to be glass. I can tell. I think it's glass. I'm getting a different Vitamix. Yeah, I'm not getting the Pampered Chef. Yes, I am upgrading my Vitamix, but I'm getting a better one than what I have. I have a one now, but I'm getting a little better one. And I'm getting it from QVC. I'm giving the one I have to my daughter. It's got programs on it, so she'll be able to do smoothies and soups and desserts in it with the settings. But yeah, that's the only thing different about it. Yeah, yeah, we're getting the same one, because I ordered mine first. Then Erlene turned around and ordered the same one I did, only a different color. Mine's coming in violet, and hers is in a teal, true teal. So she's supposed to get hers today. Mine is still sitting in QVC, hasn't been shipped yet, so I emailed them to find out what's going on, because I'm supposed to get it on Wednesday. I don't know if I'll get it now, get it then or not. They told me, they emailed me back last night and said, well, if you don't get it by Wednesday, let us know. But they didn't tell me anything else as to why it hasn't been shipped yet. So I got angry with them. I says, this is poor customer service. I said, I'm a returning customer, and I says, I may not even be a customer anymore if you're going to keep doing this, you know. Oh, yours, yeah, Erlene's supposed to get hers today, but it's in Ohio. It's probably going to stay there over the weekend, Erlene. So they got it's just an estimated date anyway. You can get it before that, you can get it after. Well, obviously, you're not going to get it before that, because today's the date. So you won't get it till Monday now, because it'll sit there, because they won't go anywhere. So they might as well take mine and not ship it until Monday. They might as well not, because it won't get here you won't get here right away anyway. So, you know, but I still have the Vitamix to use, because I'm going to use the one I'm giving my daughter until that one comes. So I'm going to have that to use anyway, but I wanted to get one. The reason I'm getting a different one is Do they sell the one I'm getting on Amazon? Yes. Yes, they do. The thing of it is, the reason I'm getting it from QVC is because of payment plan, because Amazon, I pay for it outright, and I'm getting I'm getting the dry canister. On Amazon, it's the same price. You can get it quicker, but you don't get the dry canister with it. The dry canister is what you use for your grains, making your flours and stuff like that, because it's better to use that than the wet canister, because the wet canister gets all scratched over time. The dry canister is meant for that. So, but I saw it on Amazon, and I was ready to get it from Amazon, but I knew that I couldn't get the dry container from Amazon. I could get it sooner. It's the same price. And since I'm an Amazon Prime member, I could get it and not have to pay shipping. I don't have to pay shipping to QVC either. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But okay, Erlene, thanks for coming in, and you have a great and wonderful Sabbath. And I'll see you in my church scope tomorrow. But anyway, the only reason I have the Ace blender is because if I want to put a soup in there and I don't want to use the quick cooker, I can put it in the Ace blender. Because there are soups that go in the Ace blender you wouldn't put in here, because they have some recipes, and I like making soups in there, and it takes a little while, but I've got plenty of time on my hands anyway. I only do those that I'm not going to be doing on here. Anything I want to do in here I'll be using the quick cooker, so I can use both. But I feel the Pampered Chef one, I won't need that one. If it's going to be the same price as a Vitamix, what for? Because I've got this, and I've got the Ace blender that I can use to make my soup in. Because the Ace blender, the Instapot Ace, it cooks while it blends. You know, I don't need the Pampered Chef one. Now, I know that's going to be expensive. I only wish I knew what the price was. I asked her this morning, and she didn't know. So, she doesn't know any more than anybody else, you know. But I'm glad she's getting it, because she needs it. That old Ninja she's got, 10 years old, that thing has seen its better days, if you want to know the truth about her. I've never seen a Ninja like that before. Although I will say, when she does things in it, like ice cream and stuff, it seems like it does a good job. But I just think that she deserved a better blender than what she's got. So she'll be anxious to get it, I know. They'll have to ship it home, because she can't bring it home with her. So so they'll have to ship it home, because she can't put that in her suitcase. So she'll be anxious to get it. So, and hi, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for coming in, and I'll tell you what my quick cooker has in it. I'll tell you what it has in it. It's got 1.5 to 2 pounds of potatoes. What I did, I weighed the potatoes out, so I only took 4 potatoes to make almost 2 pounds. So I put those in there, chopped them up a little bit, half an onion diced, a stick of celery diced, a carrot sliced, 1 bay leaf. I'll have to take that out when this gets done. 1 crown of broccoli chopped, salt and pepper to taste, and I forgot that. I'll have to put that in later. A half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and a quarter cup of plant milk. Okay, Fanita, you too. You have a great Sabbath as well. So I've got everything in here, and it's got a natural release. It's been 14 minutes already. I'm leaving this on the time so I can see how long it's going to take to natural release. As soon as this button goes down, then I can take the lid off. I know it's going to take a little time, but it ought to be good. Because this is my lunch. I haven't had lunch yet. And the reason I use this is because it won't heat my kitchen up. It's going to get 92 today. It does. Actually, this is made for the stove. But she said if you want to use an Instapot, you can put everything into it and set it for 10 minutes and then natural release. So that's what I decided to do. So I thought, well, I might as well. I didn't want to cook on the stove. It's getting too warm for that. It's going to be 92 here today in Oregon. I thought, ugh, you know, never going to start cooling down, but I'm dreading August, because August can always be a scorcher. But since it's been hot this month, maybe it won't be in August. You never know. I wouldn't mind if it got to 75 in August and stayed that way. I wouldn't mind it one bit. You know, when this kind of weather, when it's 92, 93 degrees, and I have to mow the grass, I won't go out there and mow it. Forget it. It doesn't need mowing right now anyway. But I wouldn't go, even if it did, I would let it go. I'd say, forget it. I'm not going out and mow that because I'd probably pass out because it's so darn hot. You know, it's awful. And I think it's probably cooler in Chicago than it's going to be here. I think Alexa said this morning, 85. It's not too awful bad. But I don't do well in the heat. As a lot of people know, a lot of people don't do good in the heat. If you haven't got air conditioning, well, you suffer. And since my air conditioner's broke, the one with the central air, I have to use the portable one. And I've got it sitting in the living room because I've got it sitting right across from my easy chair. And I can get the coolness from that. I've got a fan that's running right now. You can probably hear it. I've got a fan running right now that's trying to keep me cool down. I've got it facing me so I can get a little cool air. I've got a fan in my bedroom, a fan in the hallway. So I'm trying to keep it cool in here as much as possible because this is getting miserable. You know, I'll be glad when it cools down. I'm not ready for cold weather though. Not ready at all. When it gets cold, forget it. I don't like a lot of heat and I don't like a lot of cold. Yeah, I know. I drink plenty of water. You have to. I'm always drinking water because you dehydrate so bad in the summertime. Now in the wintertime, it's funny. The wintertime, I don't get thirsty, so therefore I don't want to drink water. But yet, you're supposed to drink water. But I'm not thirsty in the winter to drink it. But believe me, I'm sure thirsty in the summer to drink it. I drink it, and I drink it, and I drink it. You know, which is okay. You know, but it seems like I can't get enough because I'm always wanting more. And if you're drinking soft drinks in the summer, that's not going to quench your thirst. There are some people that they won't drink water in the summer. They'll take soft drinks. That can't cool you. That can't do anything for you. It's going to make matters worse. You know, you can gain weight by drinking soft drinks. You can gain a lot of weight. I read that and I thought, oh boy. So I'm drinking smoothies, trying to drink smoothies every day because they say you can lose weight on smoothies. So I went and bought me some fruits again today at the store. I bought me some bananas. I bought me some frozen fruit. Bought me some regular fruit like peaches and apples. I like to put peaches and apples in it. I've got spinach, a little bit of spinach I can put in it. So I really spiced my smoothie up now. Tomorrow morning I won't have a smoothie because I'll have a bowl of cereal. Because on Saturday mornings I have a bowl of cereal, so I won't have it then. But I wanted to get the banana so I'd have it for Sunday morning because I'll definitely want to fix a smoothie on Sunday. I love smoothies. They're so good for you. Right. Oh, you're right. Especially when it's nice and cold. If you have it in the refrigerator, and I don't have mine in the refrigerator, but if you can get it cold enough out of the faucet, it tastes really good. But I don't have a picture of it in the refrigerator. I wish I did. If I had a picture in the refrigerator, oh, it would taste so good. Ice water would taste good about now. And I don't have any ice ice in my freezer, so I can't really do that. So that's okay. I really don't need it. I can live without it. So I just try to drink as much water as I can. You know, buy these kind of things of water and just keep myself hydrated because you're going to get so dehydrated during the summer months. You don't dehydrate in the winter because you don't lose moisture in the winter because you don't sweat. Oh, is it, Valerie? Our tap water here is not bad. There are some places where the tap water's probably got, sounds like it's got, I can think of what that is there, sulfur in it. Sulfur or chlorine in it. Our water does not have that. It doesn't have any sulfur or chlorine in it. It's good tasting water. So therefore it's not bad. But there's a lot of places that you have to use a Brita filter to filter your water, to filter out all those impurities so that you can drink the water. I had to do that when we lived in Vancouver, Washington, because the water there has got chlorine in it. So it tastes a lot different than here. This water is good. Oh, reverse osmosis water? I've really never heard of that, Valerie. What is reverse osmosis water? I've never really heard of that. And where do you buy that at? Because I've never heard of that. I do. Oh, there's my sweetie back. Hey, it hasn't come down. It hasn't lost its pressure yet. It's still trying to come down from pressure. Oh, you drink a lot of bottled water, yeah. Yeah, I see you're home. Yeah, this thing is, It cooked and everything. Now I'm letting her natural release, and it's been 20 minutes already. Oh, that's what you're talking about. The big jugs that's reverse osmosis water. I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. I know, yeah, they have it there. Right as I get into the grocery department, or at the edge of the grocery department, they have it. Yeah, yeah. Takes out the impurities. Yeah, so does the Brita. The Brita takes out the impurities too, and I've used it. I've used the Brita here, but I really don't need to because the water doesn't taste bad. Oh yeah, from a machine, right? But when I lived in Vancouver, we kind of had to use the Brita there because the water was chlorine. But here it's not. There's no chlorine in the water here. Yeah, I have. Now that I know what you're talking about, yeah, I have. Where they have those big jugs and you fill them up with water. Yeah, I have seen those, Linda. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah. I bet it does. I've never tried that water. Okay, that's what she was talking about. Good. Now I know. Yeah, I've seen that. A lot of people use it. I never have. I'm tempted to try it sometime, though. Publix. Yeah, Publix is... Yeah, I've heard of Publix. A lot of people have it. We don't have a Publix here. So I can't go to one here because we don't have it. Good. I've never tried that water. I really want to, but I haven't tried it yet. They say it's really good. So I'm going to have to try that water and see what it tastes like. Because I know some of the tap water can be absolutely horrible. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with my tap water. It tastes pretty good. There's no chlorine in it, no sulfur in it. Now my daughter's father, he has a sister, or he has an aunt that she had sulfur in her water. Oh my goodness, her water was terrible. And Aunt Elda, it was terrible. Her water, I've drank her water before. Oh my goodness, that water just stinks too. Oh. Yeah. Brita, that's what I'm used to using most of is the Brita. They're quite popular. But I don't have one right now, but I don't really need it because this water tastes okay. I wouldn't drink it if it didn't. So it seems to be good water here. Of course, when I lived in Indiana, we had good well water, but when they start putting chlorine in the water or the sulfur in the water, ugh, and you can smell it. The thing of it is, the chlorine in the water, you can really smell it. Oh my goodness, really? Oh man. So that's pretty, yeah, that's awful. Don't you feel bad about that too? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I would feel horrible about that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Whoa. You can't be that bad though. You can't really be that fat. I mean, there's 600-pound people and they are the ones that are fat. If you're 300 pounds, you might be a little overweight, but you're not fat as far as I'm concerned. So don't consider yourself fat because you're probably nowhere near that. You're just bigger than you want to be. Bigger, but it's not easy to lose weight. You take up an entire bus seat. Oh my. Oh man. Oh. Well, if people look at you that and stereotype you, that's a shame too. I would never ever do that. From Phoenix, welcome. I would never do that to people because I wouldn't want them stereotyping me. It is not easy. It's not easy. Oh, I made a broccoli potato soup. It's almost done. Well, it's done, but I have to wait for it to release the pressure. It's been 24 minutes already. I have to wait for it to release the pressure, then I can take the lid off because I had to release it naturally. So this is good. This is going to be a good soup. I think so. And I'll tell you what it's got in it. Since you just came in, I'll tell you what it's got in it. I put 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of potatoes in here. That's what it called for. So it was about 4 potatoes. I weighed them out at Walmart. Ended up being 4 potatoes at 1.9 pounds. I says, I'm not going to get any more because I think that's good enough. So I put that in there and cut them up. 4 potatoes, I washed them real good, and I peeled them and cut them up kind of small. Then a half an onion, I diced a half an onion, a stalk of celery. I cleaned that, cut that up, sliced that. 1 carrot, a big, huge carrot, sliced that up. It's got 1 bay leaf in it, and a big crown of broccoli. I chopped that up as good as I could. I forgot the salt and pepper. I don't put pepper in it, but I forgot the salt, so I can always put that in later. A half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, which gives it that cheesy flavor, and then a quarter cup of plant milk, which I used almond milk. That's all it has in it. And it's going to be really good. This is meant for the stove. So those of you that do not have a pressure cooker, like an Instapot or a quick cooker, you can do it on the stove just as well, because that's what it's meant for. But she did have it. She did say that if you want to use the Instapot, just put everything in your pot, seal it, set it for 10 minutes, and let it natural release. So that's what I did. It's simple as anything. Simple as can be. Just not... Yeah, it is. Except when it's real, real hot. I used yellow, but it didn't say. It just said a half of an onion diced. So when you use whatever you have, I use the yellow most of the time. I did buy white onions because there are some recipes that call for whiter onions. I think the taste might be a little different. Might be. You're welcome. There might be a little sweet difference between the white and the yellow. And I've really never been able to tell, and I've never tried it, so I don't know. You're welcome. Oh, thank you. I really don't know the difference between but I think there is a little bit of sweetness, maybe difference. So use whatever you have. If you have yellow onion, that's all you have, use it. If you got that, or you've got a white onion, you just decide whichever one you want to use. It's just a half an onion anyway. I do too, except the red. The red onions, they're strong. They are so strong. I cannot stand the real strong onions. I've only had a few recipes that call for red onion. Now, I'll try to avoid putting it in there, but I did hear, and I did read somewhere, for the red onion, thank you for the super hearts. On the red onion, if you don't want it real strong, to get rid of that strong taste, they say put it in water, and that gets rid of the strong taste. Because I don't know what it is about red onions, but they can be so overpowering. Very, very strong. So if you put them in water, it gets rid of that real strong taste. Yellow onions and white onions don't seem to be that way, but the red ones are. They call them red onions, but you know something? They look purple to me. Do they look purple to you? Because they look purple to me when I see them in the store. They say, red onions? Where's this red? It looks purple. A dark purple onion. On a burger, I bet, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. Salads, yeah. Yeah, I say purple too, but they say red onion. You see in the recipes, it calls for red onion. Well, I know they're talking about the purple, but they can't distinguish between red and purple, I guess. But it is very strong. I had one once, and I put it in something I made, and that's before I realized you had to put it in water to kind of get rid of that strong taste. And oh my goodness, it was so overpowering. Oh, I said, never again am I going to buy red onion. Oh, man. Yeah, they do. They look purple to me, too. I mean, I looked at them today. Those are purple onions. They're not red. I don't know, Linda. I wonder the same thing. I can't understand that either. Why they call it a red onion when it's purple? I mean, it's as big as you please. I go to Walmart and I look at the onions, and I see the white ones, I see the yellow ones. Well, that's not red, that's purple. You know, oh my goodness. Oh, man. Yeah, red pandas are orange. Yeah, they are beautiful though, aren't they? I don't understand it. Unless they're colorblind or something, because they call an orange panda a red panda, you know. Then they call the purple onions red. Maybe somebody's colorblind when they made them. I don't know, but they're sure not red. Yep, they're colorblind, all right, because how can you call a purple onion that a deep purple? Purple and red are not there. It just went down. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to take this lid off. I don't have to turn it around. I'm going to take this, I'm going to unplug it, though. I don't have to turn it around since it just went down. It took about 26 minutes to get down or so, which I knew it would. It'd take a while. I'll put that right there. Okay, I'm going to get, I'll get this. And, okay, I'll get my, I'll put this back, and then I'll get my grip so you can see what it looks like. There. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look good? Let me put this down just a little so you can see it. There. Doesn't that look awesome? Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. And I think it's going to taste really good. If you can indulge me, I know it's going to be hot, but I'm going to get a spoon out and I'm going to try it and see what it tastes like. I'll let you know. My dog, she came in here to see what I'm doing. Ha! Oh, it is. This is my, yeah, but kind of lunch and supper to combine because I don't eat supper, but this, it's good and hot, but it's good. Mmm. Yes, it's very good. You got that good flavors, everything in there. It's hard to get that cooled down. I'm going to set that down there. It's hard. Well, that's, oh, yeah, probably would be. Hi, good. Welcome back, Valerie. Here's the soup. Good and done. I was trying to eat it, but it's a little hot. I'm going to have to let it cool down some before I can eat it. But doesn't that look good? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all that. Oh, that goodness. Real good. It's awesome goodness. Awesome goodness. Oh, really? That's awesome. That is awesome. That is so awesome. You keep getting kicked out. Oh my goodness, Valerie. That sucks. Oh my goodness. There's got to be something up with Periscope, I tell you. I mean, that 1 week, I think it was 2 days in a row, my Periscope crashed on me. Oh, thank you. Oh, it does. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. You're right. I got to take that out of there, Marion. Thank you for reminding me. You're real. Thank you. Oh, God bless you for that. Oh, right here it is. Yay. Woo. Got it out. I'll throw it away. There. Got rid of that. Can't eat that bay leaf. You're not supposed to eat those things. Everything else is so good in here. Look at that. I'm glad you reminded me, Marion, because you don't. That's just for flavor. You don't want to eat it. I mean, I don't think I would like that very well. You know, I forgot I even put a bay leaf in there. Leave it to you to remember that. Praise the Lord. Thank you for that, because that was awesome. I don't have to worry now. It's gone. And wow. So this is going to be my lunch. I'm going to have to eat it, but I'm going to let it cool down just a little bit. I'll talk to you for a little bit and try to cool it down a little bit, because it's in fact, what I might do is get my bowl here and put some in this bowl, so then you can see what's in the bowl. I think I'll use well, I guess I can use this. I'll get some juice in here. I better use a different spoon though. Since this is a hold in, I better get something else, because I don't want to get it out with that. I don't know where I put my ladle. Oh, here it is. I'll use this. Use my ladle. There it goes. Oh, let me see. I can see. All right. Now you can see what it really looks like in the bowl. It's a little hard to see it in the pot, but now that you can see it in the bowl, put this back in here and set this on the. Now, there. Doesn't that look awesome? Look at that good soup. Look at that real good soup. Very colorful. I'm gonna put this up on the Facebook page too. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the Facebook page. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, really? Oh. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, you healthy snacks would be like you could eat like celery sticks, carrot sticks, stuff like that. That's good for you, good and healthy. I know, believe me, been down that road. I know what you're talking about because it's real hard to eat healthy nowadays. Let me tell you, because there's so many things out there they entice you with. They entice you with all this fancy packaging. You know, but then you think about what's inside. Is it really good for you? And you start looking at the ingredients list and see what it has in it, and you think, nope, I don't want to buy that, you know. So you got to be so careful. You've got to look at the packaging very, very carefully. My daughter's starting to do that now because there's a lot of things that have carrageenan in it. We know that's not good for you. And she doesn't even want anything with carrageenan. So you got to look at your packaging real carefully to make sure that it doesn't have something in it that you don't want to put in your body. Oh, unhealthy. Yeah, you're out on. Yep. Oh, I bet. You know something? The best thing to do is not buy unhealthy food. Don't buy the unhealthy snacks like your chips and pretzels if you're trying to lose weight. That if they're not there, then you're not tempted to eat them. Oh, you're so welcome. Then you're not tempted to eat them. But get yourself a lot of carrots and celery. Eat that because those are healthy snacks. They're good for you. There's nothing wrong with them. Eat to your heart's content. That's true. Organic is best, right? Or be sure and wash your fruits and vegetables, whatever you eat. You can eat a snack on a fruit, an apple, a pear, or whatever, but be sure you wash them thoroughly before you eat them because you do not know where they've been. If they're not organic, they're going to have all kinds of bug stuff on them, probably weed stuff, and you want to wash them thoroughly. Yeah, there you go. Grow your own. If you can grow your own, please do. I can't grow my own here. The only thing I'm growing myself is tomatoes on a tomato plant that I bought earlier this year in a gallon pot. That's the only thing I'm growing. Other than that, I can't do anything. Oh, good. Oh, I bet. Yeah. Your desert, loaded with dust and dirt. Oh, absolutely. The Mojave Desert, the Sahara Desert. Oh, my goodness. Yep. Oh, the wild West is right. Yeah. But you got to wash your fruits and vegetables so carefully because you do not know where they've been. You know, and they can say things are organic too, but you got to make sure they're true organic because, you know, it's possible that they're not. You know, they can say they're organic to get you to buy them, but we got to be so careful nowadays too. I try to make sure too. You know, it has to be certified organic. You know, so you got to. But if you, like I said, if you want to snack on something, carrots and celery, make sure to wash them first before. Yeah, sprouts. Yeah, be sure to wash your fruits and veggies real carefully to get all that chemicals and stuff on. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you. Here's my soup that I made in the quick cooker. Doesn't that look good? Broccoli, potato soup. Yeah, oh, Sprouts grocery store. Oh, okay. I don't have a Sprouts here. I don't have it here. We do have a Kroger here, which is Fred Meyer. We have, let's see. Of course, we have Walmart. And we have other stores, too. Of course, we have Trader Joe's. We have Whole Foods. But we don't have some of those things like Publix or Sprouts or anything. Because I'm on the West Coast. And the things are different over here than they are on the East Coast or Midwest. You know, my daughter, I'm not sure if she's even got Publix there in Missouri. I suppose it's just geographical, certain areas. I'm in the state of Oregon. And Oregon, we don't have a Publix here. So we have Kroger's, we have, we have Buy Mart and all that other stuff, but we don't have no Publix or anything. We have Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. Oh, you're not sure if you do or not? Yeah, you'd have to check it, sweetie, to find out. But you probably, I don't know. You might not if you've never heard of it. Oh, you never had a Publix in Texas? Or maybe it's new there. I know we don't have a Publix here because that's an unheard of store here. Hills of Kentucky, since it's very rural, all we have around here is dollar stores. Yeah. Well, we have a dollar store here too. We have Dollar General and stuff like that. We have those. They seems like they're pretty much commonplace everywhere, you know. But the grocery stores, they're not. Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, although I think they're all over the United States. I was surprised that they have them here. This is God's country. It's beautiful here. It really is. Yes, it is very pretty. It really, really is. Very pretty. Except when they have those forest fires. You know, they get a lot of fires and stuff. You never heard of Trader Joe's? Oh my goodness. Trader Joe's and Whole Foods are they cater to a lot of vegans, well, non-vegans alike, but they have a lot of organic. That's why I bring them up, because they have a lot of organic foods there, Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. However, they're quite expensive, as I understand. I've never been in either one, but they are quite expensive. So I kind of hesitate going in there, because I guess if you don't want to break your budget, you better not go in there because you'll break your budget. So I'm kind of careful that I don't go in there. You'll have to go to Trader Joe's. Yeah, they're probably very expensive. I heard that Trader Joe's is really high compared to Whole Foods. Trader Joe's is cheaper than Whole Foods? Okay, then I was wrong then. I will have to try that sometime. Yeah, I didn't eat. I've only been in Whole Foods just in the restaurant part of it, because I got me a salad one time in Whole Foods, but I've never been in there to shop. I just looked around, but I've never really been in there to shop or to buy anything. I've never been in Trader Joe's, so I have no idea what it looks like at all. So I'm going to have to go there sometime. It's down the same street where I take the dogs to get. Now, I could have gone on Sunday, but what happened on Sunday, if I'd have gone down there, I'd have had to come back anyway after what happened to her. So I just, I didn't get there. Maybe I'll get there the next time I groom the dogs. I'll get down to Trader Joe's because it's on the same street. It's just down further towards the mall. I know. Isn't that something? Organic is higher. I don't understand it, but it is. It is a lot higher. I don't know. It shouldn't be that hard to produce it because it's not. There's no chemicals in it. It should be cheaper, but I don't understand it. What's going on? Why organic foods are so much higher than regular foods? 2 times as much? Oh my goodness, that's an awful. I didn't realize that. Wow. I buy organic whenever I can. I don't buy it all the time because it can be very expensive to buy it all the time. So I try to limit what I buy, although I think it's quite necessary, if you can, to buy your fruits and veggies organic, if you can possibly do it. But everything else, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you're right. Oh, awesome. Like I said, if I could have a garden here, I would. But I decided to get a tomato plant in a gallon pot this spring, so I could grow some tomatoes. And there's a bunch of orange tomatoes on there right now. They're not real big, but I'll have my own tomatoes so I can make some tomato soup. So that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Because when you grow your own, it's always better than what comes out, what you buy. Always is. So it's so much better. But like I said, I try to buy organic whenever possible, but it's not always possible. Oh, oh, and you didn't plant, yeah. Well, when I lived on the farm, we had a garden when I lived on the farm. It was an awesome garden. And then when my husband and I, at the time, moved to Vancouver, Washington, where he's still at, we had a garden in the back. He still has a garden there. We made a plot. And always had a nice garden. We had corn, we had beans, we had peas, we had cucumbers, tomato plants. So, but I don't think he planted any peas. He didn't have any beans either, but he's got a lot of corn. He said several rows of corn. So I told him, I said, if you got any cucumber plants, don't pick them when they're grass green. You know, and that's the thing. When you're planting your own garden, you don't know when to pick them. So I'd always pick them green. Do you realize that when you pick them green, that's not when they're the sweetest. They're the sweetest when you let them get red. That's the sweetest. So I really don't buy green ones anymore. I buy the yellow, the orange, and the red because they're sweeter than the green. If it calls for a green pepper, then I'll put it in something I'm making. But ordinarily, I will use the red, the yellow, and the orange because they're much, much sweeter. So I told him, I says, let your cucumber get red, and it'll be really ripe. I mean, I could take those cucumbers and cut them up and eat them just like they are. Don't put them in anything. Just eat them like that. They are so good. Delicious, man. Good for you, too. And we used to plant beets, too. Boy, are they a pistol to try to peel and everything. Oh, my goodness. And they take a little while to cook, too. Oh, man. Oh, right. Yeah, I know what you mean. I do, too. I buy them. Usually you can... at Walmart, you can get them in a package of yellow, orange, and red. They have them in a package, three in a package. So that's why I buy them. And they're usually pretty good size, too. And I thought, well, I'll buy these because if a recipe calls for peppers, then I've got them. Because I like to make have a variety of peppers in my dishes. So that's what I do. Vinegar and pepper white. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. I don't care for vinegar. You can keep the vinegar off, but I used to have, we used to eat a lot of coleslaw, and I used sweet and sour, put vinegar on it, soaked for a while. Oh, okay. No, I've never had it. I've never made it. I've never had it. So that's something I might want to try sometime. I've never had what was that thing that Alexis had the other day? What was that vegetable she had that I've never had that before either. It was on one of her scopes this last week, and I can't remember what it was. I would kind of like to try an eggplant too, but I can't remember what that vegetable was that she was using. And it was orange. It was an orange, and she fried it up. I can't remember what it was, and I've never had that either. I want to say a parsnip, but it wasn't that. What was it? It'll probably come to me when I'm not thinking about it. But it was a big one that she had, and she cut it up and she fried it in her skillet, and it looked really good, really good. But I've never had parsnips. I've never had eggplant. I have never had okra either. I don't know. Turnips. I've never had turnips either. That's one thing I've never had is turnips. I guess there's a lot of vegetables I've never really had. I didn't have them growing up either. If I did, I don't remember, So I just basically buy some of the same vegetables that I'm used to, like your broccoli, cauliflower, and your peppers and stuff that I've had. I'm not afraid to try anything new. I'm wanting to try something new, but I'm afraid I might not like it. That's what I'm afraid of. Oh, man. That's right. It was a rutabaga. I couldn't remember what that thing was. I don't know what those taste like either. I've never had a rutabaga. Oh, man. That was big. I've never seen those things before, But, and that's the first I've ever seen her fix a rutabaga in her periscope before. Man. So, there's a lot of veggies out there. I think we can give it a try and see how we like them. I do too. I love broccoli. This is the soup. Doesn't it look good? This looks really good. This is my lunch. It's starting to cool down. I want to eat it in a little bit, but I'm going to see if I can eat it now. It's cooled down a little bit more. I think I could probably eat it a little bit better. Wow, it's good. It's very good. This is good soup. You can see and it's really good. I've never made cauliflower and potato soup together. It's awesome. If you want to see what it looks like in the pan or a pot, try to make it smaller if I can, because it's pretty good. But that's pretty much, it looks like there's what it looks like before you cook it. Very colorful. Of course, when you cook it, you're going to lose the coloring because your cauliflower is going to get an icky color and everything, But it's good and done. It's good and done. 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. Well, this doesn't have cauliflower in it. It's got broccoli in it, potatoes, celery, carrot, onion, your nutritional yeast. It's supposed to have salt in it. I didn't put salt on it, but I've never had okra, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know what it even tastes like. Eggplant either. I'm not afraid to try them, but I'm afraid I won't like them. That's my problem. I'm afraid I won't like them because it's hard. You can't eat broccoli, the doctor says. How come? Broccoli is good. I can eat broccoli raw. Although it's better cooked, I can eat broccoli with cheese on it. Fried eggplant is good. Well, I'll have to try that sometime. Yes, I'm going to post this up on my vegan Facebook page. As soon as I get done here, I'm going to post this up here before I even delve into it so I can have a picture to post. And I'm going to let everybody know how it tastes. And I'll put the recipe up there too because I've got the Stovetop recipe. If you want to bake it in your Instant Pot or quick cooker, feel free to do that too. However, she says you don't have to. But I wanted to because it's getting hot. It came out really good. Look how nice it came out. So I think I'm gonna go for now because I want to get ready to eat this before it gets real cold, and then it doesn't taste good when it's real cold. So I'm not doing a cooking scope tomorrow, but I will on Sunday. Oh, you have kidney failure? Oh no. Sorry to hear that. Oh, you too. So until we meet again, I thank you all for coming in here. You too. And those that keep the Sabbath have a blessed and happy Sabbath. I'll be doing a church scope tomorrow, so be waiting for that. But I won't be doing no cooking scope tomorrow at all. I'll do it on Sunday. So that being said, let me hold this up here and make my final shot. So everybody take care. God bless, and until we meet again, bye-bye. Love you all.